Hello my friends, welcome back. It's Nat Walsh for TLC Designs.shop. A couple of weeks ago I told you I had a great idea for great in air quotes, brilliant idea in air quotes for this little guy. Now I'm only going to show you the one colouring for him because they're all going to be coloured the same. Now, you may not know me personally. I don't know, but I come up with these ideas that I think are just going to be awesome, and afterwards they do turn out awesome, but it's the process. Is it just me? Sometimes you have these great ideas and the execution of these brilliant ideas are just not as easy and straightforward, but it turned out awesome and I'm really pleased and excited to show it to you today. So we have BG 99, 96 and 93 for our little dude, and this is the Baby Dragon Greetings stamp set. Now he has I've used him a few times. As I said, I used him a couple of weeks ago with sending smiles. So I like to put him just by himself sitting on the card because he's so stinking cute. But I had an idea, so I'm going to share that with you today. So my little eggshell dots, my snout, my little horn, and his little tiny cute wings are going to be E19, E17 and E13. The shell is going to be a different color. And as I said, they're all going to be colored the same, but we are going to do a little bit of surgery on this image. Some of these images I'm going to color 4 that is everything. 4 has everything. Okay. The little dragon, the eggshell on the top of his little noggin. I'm going to have everything done. The rest of them, and how many did I do? 8. I've got 8 in my head. We'll have a look later on. The rest of them, I'm going to just do his shell. So it's going to be pretty tedious coloring. I'm going to grade that. You know, some of these great ideas can be a little bit, some of my great ideas of repeating stamps can be a little bit tedious in colouring, but it turned out, I don't know, I think it turned out awesome. So hit the like button down below if you like the end result. That is the greatest compliment we can have. So his little eyes, we're going to be B-O-O. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, I've got quite a few there. So as you can see, I've done a little bit of surgery. I've decapitated the little dude, but he was not hurt in any way or shape or form. 2 of my little images, I've used the eggshell that's on the top of his head. The rest is just purely the bottom. So the bottom part of them is going to form our little eggs. They're going to look like eggs. That's the theory behind it. So I'm using some temporary adhesive right at this moment. And this is what I was struggling with because my adhesive, I've had this temporary adhesive for so long, but for some reason it's not rolling. Like when you use it, it's not rolling around like it's used to. So I may be in the market for some more temporary adhesive. So at the time being, I'm just trying to place these little dudes down. In the planning, I did take a photo of what I had in my mind's eye. And so now I'm just trying to piece it all together and just, struggling with the tape, struggling with trying to figure out all the images, because I was sticking to my fingers because, I don't know, they had double-sided adhesive, they had adhesive on it, and, So what I'm going to do here, once I've got all these little dudes down, because I did them all the same because I figured they are a little nest. So they're all going to be little brothers and sisters, and they're all going to look the same. So I didn't worry too much, but it did go through my mind about doing some multicolored little images and just having some fun. So I'm really going to sort of play around with this and try to make sure, because obviously I don't want my eggs, I don't want to see all the cracks in my shell. What I've also done, which I only saw, and I got a little thing there, but we're going to hide that. We're not going to start again. We're going to hide that. You can see the black on the back of those. What I decided to do was to put, I just put a black marker around the edge of them because they're stamped with black. So that's what I was going to, I did that just to finish them off a little bit. Now I'm peeling it through, and I'm just going to peel up layers, trying to figure out which ones I want to be flat and which ones I don't. So I'm using a little bit of press and seal here. And trying to, again, fight with my images to see what needs to come up and what doesn't. For some reason, quite a few of them like to come up. So it's looking about a weird combination, half a head's chopped off and poor little dudes. I'm sticking these down with multi-matte medium. Now we are going to go in with a little bit of foam tape, because now I'm going to start to raise some of these little guys up. Most of the rest of these are going to be raised up. But again, just placing a few of these down and building them up just a little bit. Now, honestly, what I could have done is place more foam on some of the images and stuck more down, but I was happy with what I was doing. I was just fooling around, playing around. So our next little image, he's going to be half stuck down and half with a little strip of, and I just dropped him, a little strip of foam just at the very bottom. We're going to, he moved around a little bit too much and he got stuck. He fell over. So he's not quite out, so he got stuck. Just going to struggle with this bit of foam tape, trying to get the backing off. So we're supporting his head, and we're going to support the bottom of his shell. With the rest of the images, they're just going to be raised up again. So the technique of this is a little bit more complicated because there was a lot of cutting. There was a lot of colouring of the same colouring. So these two little dudes are going to be raised up for double. So they're going to have a little bit extra dimension. And I just love that. So we just needed to branch these out a little bit. So I've got some multi-matte medium, and I'm just going to place these on the side just to fill up those side edges a little bit. And that sort of basically finishes off our little card there for no, we're going to rotate that around a little bit. So that pretty much finishes off cards. So all we have to do now is just do our ground, and we're going to do a little bit of masking for our, is a dot or something. I don't know why, I don't know what happened. So here we're using a W4, W2 and W1 just to ground this a little bit. And I'm just trying to shade underneath my little dragons. We're going to go up a little bit behind them just to I don't know. I just wanted the horizon needed to be up a little bit higher. So what I'm going to do with the sentiment is, using the same colors, is just going to do a line on the right hand side of each of the letter. So the right hand side of the H, and any part, so the inside of the E, the inside of the, it's probably a technical term, but the swoop of the E, down the bottom of the E, the swoop. And of course the exclamation mark, and I've got another little gooby on there, so we're just using a sand eraser to get that off. And I tried to see what was happening, but it wasn't going to happen. So this is when I'm going to bring in my W4. So I'm literally just putting a line just to give it a little bit of a shadow. And then I'm going to go down with the W2. And I'm even going to go down again with the WO just to soften those out a little bit. So it's just providing a little bit of interest. The lucky last thing I'm going to do is put some little clear droplets on, because I do like my little clear droplets. I'm going to mount him up with some foam tape, but you know how I like to put a lot of foam tape on just to support it. Just getting my placement here. These are 3mm little clear drops. Can't quite remember where I got them from, but they're lots and lots of people have got them. And that is my card for today. I do hope you like it. It's just sweet. It's just simple and I love it. Take care. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.